Hello, this is Craig, and this is our mini Bible study series, and this is lesson number 2 on the Sermon on the Mount, and it's based on Matthew chapter 5, and we will pick up in verse 7. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Merciful in this, it's very obvious. It's to extend mercy. Mercy is when we basically extend grace. We're kind. We don't jump to conclusions. Judgment could fall, but yet we decide we will have mercy, that we will overlook a fault, and we'll work with that individual or individuals. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. If you're merciful, others will be merciful to you overall. Now, I realize there's always that one. But anyway, verse 8, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. To be pure in heart is, some people believe that means to be perfect all the time. None of us are perfect all the time. We are human beings. But to have a pure heart, to want to do what's right, to want to be a blessing to others, to want to not try to get an edge on someone, not try to get something over on someone, but to have a pure heart is to want to do what's right and to be a blessing to others. And blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. It's a good thing. These are the Beatitudes in Matthew chapter 5. And verse 9, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of God. The peacemakers, to bring peace, obviously, to work together, to work things out. So oftentimes in life, when someone wrongs us or we see a wrong, our human nature is to rush to judgment and such as that. And sometimes that's applicable, but God has called us to be peacemakers. See, in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus is painting the picture of how he desires us to be, what he expects us to be as Christians. And he wants us to be peacemakers whenever possible. Be peacemakers. And it says, you shall be called the sons of God. Verse 10, blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. That's a tough one. For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Nobody likes to be persecuted. I'm just saying, it's obvious, nobody. But yet, if we're persecuted because we've wronged someone or we've said some crude, terrible thing, if we're persecuted because we did something bad, that's on us. But if we're persecuted for righteousness' sake, we say you're a Christian, you stand on your principles, you don't be offensive, but you say, I love God, Jesus Christ is my Savior, and you stand on that, and people persecute you for that, then that's, yours is the kingdom of heaven, he says. Now, I've seen individuals feel like they were being persecuted for righteousness' sake, but they weren't. They were bringing it on themselves. They were saying, well, I'm going to preach the gospel to everybody, whether they want to hear it or not. I'm going to shove the gospel down the throat, is what they're saying. That's not what this is talking about. That's not what this is talking about. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for our belief, not because we shove it down throats, not because we're mean, not because we're judgmental, but because we're a loving, caring, Christ-like Christian. If we're persecuted for that, God said we'll be blessed. That's all the time we have today for this mini Bible study number 2. May the Lord bless you and be a blessing to someone this week.